Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, in various places on the internet. It's 2:11 p.m. according to a computer clock on Thursday, March 19, 2015, and this is my review of original Sailor Moon anime episode number 29, Total Chaos: The Messy Square Relationship. This episode originally aired in Japan on October 24, 1992, and this is my first episode that I'm watching today. Okay, so first I want to clarify that in the previous episode, episode number 28, it was Zoisite that got the fourth rainbow crystal. Okay, I had to go back and rewatch those scenes just to be sure, but yeah, it looks like Zoisite got the fourth rainbow crystal, which explains why he's still around in this episode. Yeah, okay. One interesting thing I want to note is that the next episode preview at the end of episode 28, Usagi says that it's autumn, which, of course, was the case in episode 28 as well. Keep that in mind for a while. We're introduced to Motoki's girlfriend, Reika, who we've never seen before, but apparently she's considering going to Africa to live there to study the origins of humanity. Like, apparently humans originate on Earth in Africa, and perhaps all life too. I'm not sure if she meant just humans or all life on Earth, but okay. So I did some reading up on the cradle of civilization. Egypt is mentioned as one of the possible places, so okay, whatever. Mako wants, she has a crush on Motoki without knowing that he has a girlfriend. He wants her to cook something for him sometime. So she suggested that she can cook for him on Sunday. However, later on when she arrives at his apartment, she has to clean up his mess first because he doesn't pick up after himself. His apartment's a mess. And she's like, okay, unless I get this done in a half hour, I'll be late for school. So, wait a minute, what? I don't understand this. Does that mean that they have school on a Sunday? Because later on, Mako and Usagi show up at his apartment again, and that time it was definitely to cook. I forget why she showed up that first time. But whatever. Anyway. When Usagi and Mako show up at the arcade, apparently this is Mamoru's first time meeting Mako and vice versa. I guess. I didn't recall if they had met earlier, probably not, but anyway. At one point, Mamoru calls Usagi Bunhead, and she has to correct that her name is Usagi Tsukino, and she tells him to get it right. But in the previous episode, yeah, episode 28, the one where they kind of got closer because they were posing for that painting, he had actually called her Usagi, and that kind of threw me off for a while. I didn't know why, but then I thought, that's probably the first time that he's ever actually called her by her name. So why is he back to calling her Bunhead in this episode? Anyway, Mako wants to get some information about Motoki of Mamoru, and she actually strangles him. They look like, chibi figures, kind of. The animation is really weird and cutesy while she's strangling him. Yeah, Mako is really rough and kind of violent. She'll strangle the information out of you, even if you're a casual acquaintance. Anyway, Coonside is back. I don't think he wasn't in the previous episode, I believe. He and Zoisite got all lovey-dovey and stuff like that. This wasn't in the manga, but they're a couple here, so. We see a 1992 calendar at Motoki's apartment. And what I noticed, apparently, because the day of the week was in red versus black for the others, I assume it's Sunday, and I noticed the 6th fell on a Sunday in whatever month that is. So I looked up a 1992 calendar online. This could be either September or December. Probably September, sometime in September, late September probably, and that would fit in with this being autumn, I would guess. So, yeah, okay. Probably the 27th, I would guess. Sunday, the first Sunday in autumn, technically, unless the 20th was the beginning of autumn. I don't know when the equinox fell in 1992. I'm digging too deeply into this. Anyway, this episode aired in late October, so... Anyway, there's also a question of astrological versus meteorological autumn. Oh, okay, I'll stop. But, anyway, there's a cute scene where Usagi is daydreaming of kissing Motoki after he had proposed to her and she accepted. And then she's, puckering her lips, she's got her eyes closed. She's about to kiss Mako. Or she's waiting for Mako to kiss her. Thinking it's Motoki, I guess. And Mako's kind of repulsed by it. She's like, get away from me. And then Luna's like, well, at least we know that's never going to happen. I don't know if that was in the original Japanese or not, but yeah, so kind of interesting. Usagi's moonstick goes off shortly after, a while after Motoki goes to talk to Reika. How does the moonstick detect a rainbow crystal? What range does it have to be in? Does it detect the crystal after it's been extracted? Because I don't think it does. I think the extraction happened to Reika after the moonstick went off. Yeah, Reika's the crystal carrier. She's one of the great monsters. But when does the moonstick pick it up? Does Reika have to be in a certain range within range of the moonstick? I don't know. When Soisa talks about how she's one of the great monsters, and she's like, I'm one of the 7 great monsters. That wasn't exactly a line in the Japanese, and I checked this because the English line makes it sound like she knows what the 7 great monsters are. But in the original, she just asks, the 7 great monsters? So it's different, but yeah. Let's see. Who called Mercury and Mars? Because they show up finally. Did Usagi call them, or did Mako call them after they transformed at Motoki's place? Yeah, he leaves them there cooking to go and talk to Reika. But anyway, I'm just curious. And they had to search for where Usagi is. They couldn't find her right away. So if someone actually did contact them, did they not give precise information? Or maybe, they contacted them before they left Motoki's apartment, and then they had to follow the moonstick's tracking to where Reika was, and they didn't fill in Mercury and Mars. I don't know. After Mercury and Jupiter make some kind of speeches toward the Reika monster, Mercury says something really dorky, like respect your lab equipment or something like that. And I forget what Mako says. But then all of a sudden, Rei yells at Usagi. She's like, I don't know. Okay, it was one of my mom's friends. Anyway, so after Mercury and Jupiter lecture the Reika monster. Rei suddenly yells at Usagi. She's like, shut up and turn her back or something like that. Why? And then Usagi's like, yeah, okay. Why is Rei yelling at Usagi to shut up? I mean, that makes no sense. Usagi wasn't saying anything. Maybe I should check the Japanese to see if she said exactly the same thing. Anyway. Zoiside gets the 5th Rainbow Crystal, so he's doing pretty good. The Dark Kingdom has 3 Rainbow Crystals. The Sailor Guardians have 1, and Mamoru has 1. In fact, Zoiside was trying to fake out Tuxedo Mask, say, hey, yeah, you could go ahead and have this one. And he's like, okay. And Zoiside leaves through the portal with the crystal. He's like, you think I would let you have it? Anyway, Reika decides to go to Africa, after she's been healed. I wonder what kind of explanation everyone gives the Rainbow Crystal carriers. I mean, she has the information. She knows that she's a monster. How do you get over something like that? But anyway, she decides to go to Africa. Motoki sees her off at the airport, and Usagi and Mako are there as well. And they're arguing. Mako thinks Reika will meet someone else in Africa and stay there, which means that Motoki's gonna be single and stuff like that. They're arguing with each other, and at one point, Mako says something strange. She's like, wishful thinking is believing you can't cook. Why would believing that Usagi can't cook be wishful thinking? Doesn't she mean wishful thinking would be believing you can cook? Anyway, kind of strange. I would have to check the Japanese on that too. Anyway, overall, important episode. 5th of the Rainbow Crystal. Sub-arc. This is basically the next phase of the first season of Sailor Moon. And we're nearing the end of that. So, 2 more to go. And it's 2:24 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.